Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Let's go to one smart guy, Mark Levin. Of course, you can hear him every weeknight here on 77 WABC. Mark, you've been hearing our very spirited conversation. Your reaction to what's in this memorandum?
Wow. Cats, you're all excited today. I've been listening to you here. I'll tell you what.
We have a good time.
I'll tell you what. Here's the bottom line. Give me any evidence whatsoever, any document they've signed, any agreement they made, any evidence whatsoever that they adhere to a deal. Just give me one piece. There's zero. So we're debating the MOU. We're doing an MOU now because the president wants to get out of this. I get it. We got an election. I got that too. But that's beside the point. I get how important that is. But when we're focused on the MOU, then focus on the MOU, not even the big picture. What's in it? Yes, they're going to get $300 billion at some point, somewhere. It doesn't matter. And what are they going to do with that $300 billion when we're all done and they've done whatever they're supposed to do? I read the MOU. JD says they have to meet this. I see none of that in there. So they have 60 days to negotiate. And so my advice to them is you better get those ballistic missiles in there because that's one of the reasons we went to war in the first place. They spoke about a ring of ballistic missiles to protect their nuclear program. Those ballistic missiles did more damage to the oil systems in the Arab countries or more damage to Israel than anything because they're the most powerful conventional weapon they have. They can now reach Europe, and nothing's going to stop China, North Korea, and or Russia from showing them how to reach the United States. Those damn things better be in some deal. I don't even know how we're going to monitor it, but they better. That's number one. Number two, the idea that Israel's responding to Hezbollah when they fire 2 drones into the desert, that's not what's happening. It is a constant missile barrage being fired into Israel in the north area of Israel. They're having to depopulate their country, which is a tiny country to begin with. And no country's going to put up with that. We didn't put up with it when they took one of our helicopters out. Iran is demanding it because Hezbollah is its strongest military arm. They weren't taken out. Their Air Force was taken out. Their Navy was taken out. Their radar systems were taken out and so forth. Hezbollah's remain. Lebanon wants nothing to do with Hezbollah. The Christians who live there have had enough of Hezbollah. It is Iran is Hezbollah. That needs to be fixed too. And there's some other things. But look, I trust the president. I love the president. I know he wants to do the right thing. And I think we have an obligation, to give him the best advice we can, not just people in the White House, not just Tucker Carlson who's trying to get his views in or Megyn Kelly or whatever. We have a responsibility to raise issues too, and he'll either take them or he'll ignore them.
Mark Levin, I agree with you 110%. And Israel should be able to go in and do whatever the heck they want in those other countries that are attacking them.
I have some breaking news.
Give it to us.
I don't mean to be
wait, breaking news.
Yeah, hold on. Here it is. Breaking news.
Breaking news, WABC.
You're on, Mark.
This is Channel 14 in Israel by Libby Blanca Alan. Interview with Channel 14. President Trump confirmed that the U.S. would, quote, absolutely, unquote, back Israel if it launches an independent attack on Iran. Now, I don't have any context for this. I'm just reading it across my
I agree.
email.
I agree with that. I mean,
I'm glad.
Our number one priority right now, Mark Levin, if we don't win November, we're in deep crap.
I agree. But you know what, Katz? It's not going to be this. The last poll says that over 80% of the people are focused on the economy.
Yes.
Less than.
And I'm in the oil business.
To this war.
And Mark Levin, Maria Bartiromo is having me on tomorrow at 8:30 because I, for the last 2 years, have been exactly on the mark on the price of oil and interest rates. And what's going on, oil went down to $74 today or $73. It's only $10 away from the $65 I predicted. And we get the price of oil down. We get all the nuclear scientists that's saying inflation, that goes away, and we can bring interest rates down. We bring oil down, cost of energy
Listen to
down,
me.
and
You
interest
I
rates down.
are more copacetic than you may think. I posted, I think it was yesterday, I don't remember. I said, you know what? I don't like any of this deal. We should have finished him off. I don't know why we took that 2-week ceasefire that turned into 9 weeks. We had him on the ground. We could have wiped him out. I really believe this. And that said, I said, why don't we play their game, drag them out? The straits are open. Well, you'll get what you want. Now drag them out till after the election, and then bomb the shit out of them.
That's what we're doing. Don't forget.
I agree with John.
Me and the guy you just met a few years ago, me and Trump go back 50 years. So that's what he's doing.
And the agreement permits
I didn't mean to
That's
curse.
the way
Sorry
it works.
about that.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Mark
We
Levin,
bleeped it. We bleeped
we
it.
bleeped it anyway. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Good.
Hey, Mark,
Good.
I want to go back to one other thing you said. To me, I was watching J.D. Vance today. One of the things he did say, he said that, yes, Israel has a right to defend itself. And obviously President Trump 100% agrees with that, which is great. But he also said this, and this was kind of shocking to me. He said, Trump, he kind of scolded. He said, anybody in Israel who's critical of the deal or critical of Trump right now, saying Trump is the only head of state in the entire world who's sympathetic to the nation of Israel at this time. What
I thought that was disgusting, and I want you to know something. People are going back and looking at what these cabinet members said. Not a single one was critical of Israel. Of Trump. Not one. He's also wrong about not a single head of state. We know Hungary. We know Serbia. We know Argentina. I don't have the whole list in my head. That's simply not true. I'm not a big fan of things that he says like that. I think they're outrageous. He's talked about Iran in very cozy terms that, wow, they're getting like more reasonable, and I think we can work with them. They actually sound pretty. Iran has killed thousands of Americans with Hezbollah. They've maimed thousands of Americans. Don't hand me this crap that they're reasonable and we can get along with them and everything else. Does anybody know what they believe? There's one guy in the world that has right on his desk right here, Islamic Government, written by the original Khomeini in English. You read this thing, no wonder it's called the Khomeini Mein Kampf. It is sick. It is brutal. It is a death cult. People are talking. They don't even know what we're dealing with. Let me tell you, the Iranians think right now that they won. Now, why do they think that? Because they're surviving. And they don't care how many die. They don't care how many planes they lose. They're there for the next decade and the next decade and the decade after that. Like the communist Chinese, they look at things in a 1,000-year period. That's how these people conduct themselves. We're Westerners. We have election cycles. We're fighting for the next election cycle. And what about the price of oil? What about the stock market? This doesn't enter their heads. What they're thinking now is, okay, we ducked the biggest bullet we ever faced, and we survived. And you know in their head what they're saying? According to this book, they're stronger than ever. That God has protected them, Allah. And that Allah is telling them to fight on. Did you see what the supreme, whatever they call the supreme leader?
I saw that, Mark.
Yeah, you see the wiggle room he left in there? He leaves wiggle room. He says, look, these guys negotiated this. They did the best they could. That's okay. I'm not in the program, but I get what they're doing. In other words, the hardliners, they're all hardliners. For these guys, there's no moderates, or they'd be dead. This is what they go through. They did it with Obama. They did it with Biden. They did it with the Europeans. They did it with the IAEA. Once Trump's out, no holds barred. The Democrats win the presidency, they're going to walk all over them. And what's going to happen if they say, after they get all the money and everything's open, they say, you know what, we're ripping this damn thing up. What are you going to do about it? This is not over.
Yeah,
Mark
I agree.
Levin,
I agree.
I agree 100%, but let's do first things first. And I think
I agree. We gotta win.
Knowing President Trump, I don't know for a fact, but I just know him for a long time. That let's win November, and afterwards take care of the Republican Army, the Iranian Republican Army after that.
I'm all for it. If that's what we do.
Like I said,
I don't think JD thinks that way.
JD has nothing to say. JD has nothing to say about it. President Trump is the president.
Yeah.
And,
All
I
right,
enjoy talking to you, and we have more in common than not.
We love you, Mark. We
Thank you
love
so much.
I love
Thank
you
you.
guys.
And
Mark?
By the way,
Yes.
yeah, WABC is where I was born on radio. It's the best station in America. We all know that.
It
And-
is.
and-
You were in diapers and you came
and-
out and said your first words were, as opposed to mom and dad, WABC.
And Mark Levin is on WABC at between 6 and 8 o'clock every day, Monday through Friday.
We love Mark. Mark, we
God
love
bless
you.
you.
We love you, my friend. Great
Thank
to talk
you
to
all.
you.
Thank you.